Today, students, we're going to be learning about watercolor. Our goal today is first to learn how to mix a good watercolor to use and also how to paint watercolor beside each other without the colors blending together. All right, first off, here's our supplies. We've got our watercolor set here. We're just going to be using a normal brush like this right here. Okay, not too big, not too small. We're going to have 2 cups of water. One's going to be to clean our brush out with. One's going to be for fresh water to mix with our color. Okay, notice there's a line on the side of our cups. You want to make sure when you fill your water up that you fill it to this line or below. It keeps your water from splashing out whenever you're cleaning your brush in there. Okay, all right, so to get started, the first thing is we have to make sure that we understand how to use our watercolor tray. Sometimes I get students that they think they're supposed to dig this paint out of here and put it on our paper. But that's not the case. Watercolor gets its name because you're taking the water, making it a color using the pigments in here, and then you're painting with that water. Okay, so let me get me a piece of paper out. I'm going to slide my tray down a little bit. This is going to be my water I clean out with, and this will be my fresh water. So to get this will be my paper. So to get our watercolor started, the first thing we need to do is get one mixed up. So I'm going to start with my red over here. I'm going to turn it so you can see it like this. I'll put my paper on top. So the first thing we want to do is we want to dip our brush in some clean water, okay? Always clean water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clean water and go with my brush from here right into my color. With this color, I'm going to take that water and I'm going to mix it in on top of this pigment or watercolor cake. What that does is that takes the water and it turns it the color of the pigment or the cake you're mixing it on. Now here's a tip. Your brush keeps a lot of water on it. So make sure you wipe it on the side like this. So that way all the water goes right back into there, and that's the color you want to paint with. Now, be careful not to paint right away. I get a lot of students that want to paint right away with this, and they find out when they paint it turns into a puddle and it runs. I recommend wiping as much as you can in here to keep your color in here, then just drying your brush off a little bit on your paper towel. Okay, just wipe it a couple times, and then dip back in there with the tip of your brush, and you can paint with it. So let's just paint a little circle right here. Okay. Nice. All right, now we're ready to change colors. To change colors, all you do is you take your dirty water, mix it around like this. Yes, it's going to change colors a little bit, but then you take it, kind of mix it. Be careful not to splash. Wipe it on the side like this, so that way most of the color gets on there. And then you can just dry your brush on your paper towel. Okay. Now let's do our orange. Same idea. Get me some good clean water. Okay. Put my water in here, mix it around. Mix, mix, mix. Make sure and wipe on the edge so that water goes back down into there. Okay, wipe as much as you can. That water that you do, mix it around a little bit more. The more you mix, the thicker the paint's going to get, or the thicker the water's going to get, and the brighter the colors. You just want to make sure those colors aren't puddles. So once again, I'm wiping my brush on the edge, got a bunch of water off of it. I take my paper towel out, wipe it a little bit on there. Then I'm going to dip in here, and I'm going to paint a color. Okay. Your first goal is I want you to go all the way through with this, painting a dot all the way down, okay?